We have a moment of reflection for our labor force, just celebrating Labor Day yesterday, those that helped make this a great country. Thank you very much.
So this requirements of the open public meeting will have been satisfied by starting this meeting. The home which will be on the Star Electric November 25th, 2022. A copy was posted on the municipal bulletin board. It should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Bauer. Here. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Here.
Councilwoman McCullough.
Here.
Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilman Patel. Here. Councilman Small. Here. Councilman Spiller.
Here.
Vice President Anderson.
Here.
And President Ficarra.
Here.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from August 15th and 22nd?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Beginning with second reading ordinances this evening, we will take letter A, which is an ordinance amending Chapter 7, the revised ordinance of the Township of Woodbridge, and this is to delete a handicap parking space on West Pond Road. With that said, can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter A only. There are no comment from the public. Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion. Second.
Questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Take letter B, an ordinance authorizing the conveyance of property known as tax block 867, lot 1.0121 and 1.0123 to the local redevelopment agency. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion. Second.
Questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter B. Letter B open.
Good evening, Tom Maris, Sports, New Jersey. Yeah, I'd just like a little further explanation as to what that really pertains to. People that are hearing this or are here in the audience, we're looking at a piece of paper that says block, whatever. Can you really explain where that is and why it is?
It's a small, I believe, landlocked piece of property over by the prison in the redevelopment area that the state has now decided they have no use for, except they need an easement. So they're willing to get it over to us, and then we're passing it on to the redevelopment. So it's off of Broadway Avenue by the prison.
I'm sorry, you're going to use it for what?
I'm not sure what they're using it for. We're just getting it over to redevelop, to the
Okay.
redevelopment agency. I'm sorry, Mr. Maris, redevelopment agency. I left agency off.
Yes, that's what I was asking. Hopefully they can explain what they intend to do with it. I mean, this is, I guess you're getting it for free?
We're basically getting it because the state cannot give property directly to a developer. They must offer it to the local municipality first. They declared it surplus. We have first crack at it. We want it for the project. That's the warehouse there. They have ancillary needs for parking and other things, so they will go to us. We'll give it to the redevelopment agency. They'll get it to the developer. Ultimately, the developer's paying for it, and money will get back to the state. So we're involved in it, but not in a financial way, just to take title, to get it to the right place. And it'll be used for the redevelopment project, not for municipal purposes.
Thank you.
So it's a redevelopment project. How does that benefit the taxpayers of this township? What are we going to get out of it? If you flip it back to the state, if I heard you right, Mayor, I'm sorry. Where's our benefit in taking on this? Do we have to provide security for it? Is transportation, the road system okay over there?
There's no cost to us and there's no benefit to us. We're just the middleman getting the land and flipping it to the redevelopment agency, which is going to flip it to the redeveloper. We have
And-
nothing other than that. There's no cost to us because there's no benefit to us.
And will that redeveloper pay taxes on it, or is it tax abated?
No, it's private. It will be,
Sorry?
well, it depends on what they do with it. Right now, it's undetermined exactly what the use will be, but ultimately it'll be taxed, yes.
And have you named that redeveloper?
Yes, it's the ones that are doing the 2 million square foot warehouse in Avenel, Morris Companies.
I'm sorry. It's not you, it's the microphone.
Oh,
And how it
It's, the Morris Companies is doing the 2 million
Okay.
square foot warehouse, and it's right outside the warehouse next to the prison.
Thank you.
John Batarik, Woodbridge. Again, just follow up on letter B. We talked about Morris Company. Is the Jack Morris Company?
No.
What is Morris Company, actually? That's
Morris
the-
Companies is a
That's-
company, a redeveloper.
That's the developer. She's supposed to build a warehouse there, and they're supposed to pay for school 4 and 5, right?
That is not any longer the case. They own that land, and they're going to sell it to the township ultimately for a healthcare use. It's got nothing to do with the school anymore, as we've said many, many times at these meetings. The school is no longer being located there.
Yeah, but the school's gonna be built in Evandale now, remodel the old 4 and 5 school. Now, where's the money gonna come from to pay for the bond? From Morris Company or?
Morris Company, once again, has nothing to do with the school for the second time, nothing to do with the school.
But you did say to build a school, the bond went through, the money would come up from the
Mr. Batarik,
development, the
excuse
warehouse.
me, we're swaying away from this ordinance. We're interested in this ordinance right now. So if you don't have a question on that, then, excuse me.
Well, the ordinance is, which kind of a gibberish to me, to anybody else, that you kind of, state cannot give it away, but you can give it away. And you give it away for
The
nothing.
state's not giving it away, they're going to be compensated from the buyer. It's just going through us to facilitate it because the state can't deal directly with the buyer by law.
Yeah, who are the buyers?
The Morris Companies,
And
the
how
second
much they're
time.
gonna pay for it?
I don't know.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions on letter B? Hearing no other questions on letter B, can I get a motion that the public hearing will close, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as
Motion.
required by law?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We will take letters C, D, E, F, G as listed as first reading ordinances. Can I get a motion that these ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Owners Tribune on Friday, September 8th, notice of public hearing to be held on September 19th at 6 p.m.
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. President, you have 16 resolutions listed. Can I get a motion to approve by consent?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Alrighty, we're moving into the public portion of the meeting. Most of you know the rules. Please go to the area where some of you had spoke already. Videotaping is from that area back there. You're allowed 5 minutes to speak. I'll try to give you a 1-minute warning, just so that you know in case you want to wrap things up. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Dwight Glenn, Woodbridge proper. This is more geared towards safety issues and one question towards first councilwoman. I don't know if there's ordinance for the kids riding these scooters, because these things go 15, 20 miles an hour. I think there should be an ordinance for them to have helmets, because it's a matter of time before something happens. And the bike clubs, a few weeks ago, the bike club, there must have been like 30 of them. They were backed up all the way. They had roadway traffic backed up almost a half a mile. I don't know if they need permits for those or what, but all I know is the traffic is really bad. And finally, for the safety issues, this is reference to the mini golf. I noticed at 9:30, 10 o'clock, the kids are back there closing it by themselves. I think there should be, even though they said there's cameras back there, they should have a panic button in case something happens back there. It's dark and they're by themselves. Majority of the time they're the girls, okay? And the last question, this is directed towards first councilwoman. I know this is before your time, but these parking permit back over here off Port Reading Road, I know was brought up because of the train station, but a lot of the people back there are getting tickets for overdue permits. Even people parking, their family members park over there overnight, and they leave, and they come back and they get tickets. I just ask you to reassess this, because the 40 years I lived in Bamford Avenue, No one have ever parked back there. I mean, it's back in the flood zone area. I understand, one person was on the council. I understand because the train station, people park around the train station. They don't want to park they don't want to pay. But back there, it's getting ridiculous. All the residents are mostly getting tickets. And I think that's $54 per ticket. So I'd just like you to reassess that. Come back there, look, and see what I'm talking about.
What street are you referring to exactly?
I'm on Bamford. Bamford,
Okay.
Bamford back, I mean, why would someone come back there to give tickets, really? I mean, I can understand this area, but it's a little bit too ridiculous. Okay, thank you.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
Excuse me, Council President, can you give his email so I could talk to him?
Got it.
You got it? Okay. thank you.
Yeah. Dwight, if you can hang around till after the meeting, Councilwoman will chat with you, if that's possible. Otherwise, she'll just reach out to you. Thank you.
I think, again, John Bertari, Woodbridge. Mayor McCormick, last meeting, I was concerned about the sign that you put up on the Main Street behind the club, which is now owned by the township. As I told you that time, the sign was approved 2000 for 63 feet high. It was approved and it was built 2001. It put 63 feet high. I believe in 2002, they put addition on the sign by 15 feet to 60, 78 feet. At that time, as I said before, Mayor Persman was the mayor, and I talked to the architects, engineer, find out the structural sign of the sign. And they was told by them that you cannot put addition on the sign if it's not designed for it, because the wind could not blow it off, knock it over. I said, well, how about if you just put a concrete or whatever you want to call it on? They said, no, it does not work that way. It has to be designed for 78 feet instead of 63 feet. That time I spoke to Mayor Pelsman, and he said, well, it's in courts. And I don't want to say who actually sold the sign to the, it was just media. I said, well, why don't you just go in the office in the town hall, find if the sign was designed to 63 feet or 78 feet. 2 weeks later, the sign was down for 20 years. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I believe you put it back on up to 78 feet. I don't care if it's 78 feet, but could you please find out if that sign is designed to be that height? And if you said you did permits, you did everything else. I don't ask about permits. I know you can give a permit, but you cannot build something if it's not designed for it, structure designed for it. That's all I'm asking for about it. A second question would be, the Carter's Dock Road, the train, there's no bridge. There's a bridge, but the trucks can go over it. They were said when the thing was started to be repaired a couple of months ago, they will be done in a short time. And I just made aware a week ago that the road is closed. I drove by this Sunday and sure the bridge is closed. Now all the traffic is going to Woodbridge Avenue Seaward to get to the business on the other side of the tracks. Is that place going to be completed, and when and how, and when it's going to be completed? And now I'm going to tell you what the biggest complaint in Woodbridge is, in the beauty salons where people talk about it, the barbershops, is I know that the project on Main Street is behind the schedule. Question is, when is it going to be done? How soon? What's the soonest? What's the latest going to be done? I know when it's ready, it's going to be ready, but the idea is people want to know how long it's going to take to be completed. Thank you. That's the question.
Project Bond?
Council President, first of all, the billboard has been approved by the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. I guarantee whoever is talking to you about the height it should be, or the pole, or the cement, or whatever, I guarantee you they've never been out there. I guarantee you they've never seen it, up close, I guarantee you they've not seen the plans. It's like asking a doctor to diagnose you without seeing you at all. I don't care what they think. The New Jersey Turnpike Authority approved the billboard. That's all we need.
No, you don't.
If you want any details about that, you can file an open request with us, or you can file it with the Turnpike Authority. I'm not going to research it and tell you anything because I'm satisfied and we're satisfied that it was done properly and according to the law. The Turnpike would not allow a sign to be erected without complying with the law. That's number one. Number two, what bridge were you talking about?
Cutter's Dock.
Cutter's Dock Road Bridge is going to be closed for a couple of years.
Thank you.
And third, the Main Street project is not behind schedule. You gotta stop talking to people when they're sitting in a hair salon. They don't know what they're talking about. All they need to do is call us, call my office, call anybody in the town right here at this dais, call the council person in charge, or call anybody on the council. It is not behind schedule. Why would you listen to somebody who's getting their hair done instead of a town engineer? Next time people say something to you, tell them to call us if they want the facts, because you never get anything right when you're cutting somebody's hair.
No kidding. I
Thank
tell you
Mr.
what.
Tark, your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public?
Again, good evening, Tom Maris, Portsmouth, New Jersey. And I just want to take a moment very quickly to thank the members of the council and our committee over here about their concerns for my health. I've recently had a subdural hematoma. It was quite an interesting experience. There's nothing like having a hole drilled in your head and a tube stuck down there for 4 or 5 days. And all I can say is a lot of my friends said I was far too to the right. Well, the damn thing shifted my brain about 5/16 of an inch to the left. So I'm kind of trying to be neutral. Bear with me. Couple of real questions. Parking on North Union Street. We know that the Vito Mazza's situation with his apartments has changed. There'll be more apartments, parking spaces needed off his premises. Will he have to pay for that, or will the tenants, if you will, have to pay for that parking, or is that going to be provided on some other basis? And if so, what is that basis? As to liquor licenses on Main Street, and this is directed, take it as you will, does Mayor McCormick's daughter have one of those liquor licenses for one of the new operations on? And again, this is verifiable by just open request, but I'm asking it so I don't put Mr. Mitch and the company in doing research to come up with the answers. If so, how's that working? And also, there are 3, I think now, properties that the township really owns, which is the club in Woodbridge. We have the Curtains in Avenel, and soon to be, when it's constructed, over in Seawarm, the new bar that's going to be going over there. Who will own those liquor licenses? And also, does the business administrator make $230,000 a year at this point in time? Which would probably, the last time I checked, put him ahead of Carolyn Ehrlich as far as her salary was concerned. Those are my questions. Thank you.
Thanks. Mayor, could you little weigh us on that?
Sure. The Vito Mazza parking situation, he's providing everything he needs for the residences that he's constructing, which I think is about 36 on site, except for, I believe, 8 or 9. And we've agreed to let him put signs on the parking lot we're creating behind his building that those 8 or 9 will be dedicated to his tenants. And he is paying, I believe it's $30,000 per spot, which we just passed in our recent payment in lieu of parking ordinance, PILOP, not pilot, PILOP. So he is paying for them. I strongly doubt he's going to collect, $2,500 or more in rent and then ask people to pay $2,500 to park. I don't believe that's the case. I'm sure he's going to pay for that out of the profits from the development. So that's where that stands. I normally would not answer personal questions, But no, my daughter does not own a liquor license on Main Street. She's a very successful CPA with Ernst & Young in Denver, where she's a senior manager. She's about in 5 months to have her first child. There is absolutely no reason she would want to own anything on Main Street when she's got a bird's eye view of the Rocky Mountains every minute of her life. And why she would want to be involved back here is beyond me. She's way past that. The Tiki Bar will be owned by the township. It'll be run by the Woodbridge Arts Alliance, just as Curtains is owned by the township and run by the Woodbridge Arts Alliance. And the club at Woodbridge is owned by the township. The bar that we're renovating in there will also be run by the Woodbridge Arts Alliance. We also own the community center that does not have a bar. So all 3 of those liquor licenses will be the same concessionaire license that right now runs Curtains. All 3 will be run by the same. And as far as Mr. Simaluka's salary, that's easily operable, but if that's what he makes, he's underpaid.
Okay, well, thank you. Trust me, I was not trying to be personal.
No, I know.
There's a lot of questions, John.
No, I got
about
him.
that, and I wanted to squash them, okay?
I love the line on the right. The
You
right and the
answered.
left was
Thank you.
brilliant. The right and left line was brilliant.
It's still shifting. Thank you.
We welcome you.
Are there any other comments or questions from the public? Here are no other comments. Can I get a motion that the public comment portion be closed?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
All right, we're moving into our agenda, and I'm going to wave the floor over to Councilman Small. You want to get going? You have some other meetings.
I do. Thank you, Mr. President. Number 12 on my agenda, National Public Lands Day, is Saturday, September 23rd, from 9 a.m. to 11. Volunteers are needed. We're encouraging Woodbridge residents, businesses, and school participation in cleaning up and beautifying our parks, playgrounds, and public lands. From 11 to 12 at Ernie Oros Woodbridge River Celebration, enjoy food, music, and meet the Ernie Oros Wildlife Preserve at Omar Avenue in Avenel. If interested, please contact Eileen Caggiano at 732-596-4047. Number 14, Mayor Max Cafe will be reopening on October 2nd, and the hours are 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that is located at 881 West Avenue in Port Reading. Number 15, the Light Parade, please mark your calendar. The Light Parade this year is on Saturday, November 25th. It'll be bigger and better than ever. And number 16, autograph signing on Wednesday, September 13th at 6:30 p.m. at the Woodbridge Brewing Company located at 33 Main Street in Woodbridge, as former New York Ranger Matthew Barnaby. If interested, please call the brew pub at 732-634-2929. That's all I have this evening. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman. I'm going to jump back into order here. First off, I want to start with a thank you to the Recreation Department for this past Sunday's 5K Crossroads race, specifically Eileen Caggiano, Bobby Tominski, and Brian Molnar, along with the EMS squad from Port Reading, our police department, our CERT guys, and even our Public Works folks. All did a very good job of making that a fun and safe event. This weekend kicks off the Senior Olympics, and our open ceremonies are 10 a.m. at the Community Center. So please stop by. Special shout out to Brave and Health, who is the supporter of that event. Just an announcement in advance, the Woodbridge Tour, the bike tour, the 16th annual, we've been doing it for 16 years, is Sunday, September 24th. There's a 30 and 15-mile event, 7 a.m. check-in at the Woodbridge Community Center. It begins and ends there, and you can go to raceroster.com/77878. Over at the Community Center, there's a Skate Through Life program that starts on September 10th. You can reach out, and that's sponsored by the New Jersey Devils for all of you that are into skating. Just a couple other quick announcements. Our Skyland Mini Golf, very popular throughout September. It's open Friday from 4 to 10, Saturday 12 to 10, and Sunday 12 to 9. The Woodbridge Community Center has an open house on Tuesday, October 10th, 6 to 8 p.m. This is a event free to the public. You can come out and see a number of the facilities within the community center and also some of the classes that they run. So And that's all I have. Council Vice President Anderson, you're up.
Thank you so much. First, I'll start off with number one, the WTYRC. The Pop Warner season has started. We kicked it off with a pep rally on Thursday. I'd love to thank Mayor McCormick, Councilwoman McAuliffe, and Councilwoman DeJesus for making an appearance at the pep rally. It was very well attended, and season started, and Councilwoman McAuliffe's granddaughters are cheering in their first cheer experience, and it was a hot day, but we had a great day out there, and we appreciate all of the custodians at Colonia High School that really made everything possible, and all the volunteers that made for a good experience for all of our kids out there. Again, on the job bank, we're still looking for crossing guards and substitute teachers. We're at a real substitute shortage right now. You can go on our website, and you can also call the county office, and we'll be able to help you. If you have as low as 30 credits of college credits, you can be a substitute teacher. 60 credits is the traditional way, but the Department of Education has made it possible for students with 30 credits. Regarding the Hall of Fame, we are still actively selling tickets for October 8th at 6 p.m. I will mention I actually had a great, pleasant conversation with Mr. Prangay from Colonia, Bob Prangay, in regards to his brother Mike Prangay, who they have an annual golf outing for his memory, as he ran Colonia Pop Warner and Colonia Baseball with his brothers for many years. But he mentioned that his brother Ron Prangay, who starred at NC State, who is in our Hall of Fame, Ron Prangay is going to be inducted in the North Carolina State Hall of Fame, along with his roommate, and he sent me a great picture of his roommate from college and his teammate from college, former Super Bowl champion coach Bill Cowler. And so that was his teammate, and we had a very pleasant conversation today, and I shared all of that information with Nick Sardone, who's our sports historian in Woodbridge Township. I do have one question, Mr. Haggerty, about the charity raffle. That should be starting up pretty soon, right?
We're making application for the permit at this time.
Awesome. So any of the organizations in town that are looking for a fundraiser, there's a good opportunity to do a fundraiser there, and it all goes to charity. So as we have those details, I'll get them out online, but I'll be sure to announce them at the next council meeting. Again, the NAACP is meeting in Woodbridge as well as Perth Amboy, and you can go on to naacp.org if you're looking for membership. And again, the dual enrollment is available at Middlesex College for students that are in high school. You can graduate with your high school degree and your associate's degree, and the path is very clear, and Woodbridge Township High Schools are all participants in the dual enrollment program, as well as our magnet schools, which we have one on the corner of Florida Grove and Route 35. And that is all I have. We'll also say one of our athletes broke a school record, AJ Bosch. He had 240 yards in receiving against Summit, and learned that was a single game record. So I wanted to congratulate him. And I believe Colonia and Kennedy play this Friday in football. So get out and support that game. It's always great to have the crosstown rivals playing each other. And then in a few weeks, I know Woodbridge will be playing Kennedy and Woodbridge will be playing Colonia. It's always nice to see the fans out for the crosstown rival games. So thank you. That's all I have. And God bless America.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Councilman Bauer, you're up.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I have a few announcements. The Forest Business Community Flea Market will be held on this Sunday, September 10th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Ford's VFW at 411 New Brunswick Avenue in Ford's. The rain date will be September 17th. Remember, school's open today. Be mindful of our students and buses as they navigate our roadways, and please be patient with everyone. Lastly, Mayor McCormick and the township presents Township Remembers. It's a 9/11, the 22nd anniversary of memorial service for 9/11. And a salute to the Woodbridge Township First Response Community and all those that lost their lives on that dark day. So come out this Monday, September 11th, at 6 p.m. at the Woodbridge High School Joseph R. Lewis Concert Field. Just like to God bless our first responder and God bless America. Thank you, Council President. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Byer. I'm going to just jump off script real quick. Mr. Green, I don't want to put you on the spot, but Human Rights has a meeting scheduled for September 11th. Is that still on? It's still on, and that starts at what time? 6:30. So it's going to be like after the program, more or less, or right in there somewhere?
It's going to be midway through the program.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Councilwoman De Jesus, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I just have one announcement. The Hispanic Heritage Festival is September 16th from 12 to 5, right here in front of Town Hall. And I would just like to thank all the donors and everyone who helped, especially Megan Kelly and Director Haggerty in the Mayor's office for all their help in with the backpack drives. We had 2 backpack drives, very successful in Hope Glen and Casey. And for the first time, we had Avenel Backpack Drive with the help of the Greenway Family Success Center and Feed Your Soul Restaurant. So again, I'm very appreciative and very grateful to all that donated and all that participated. We helped a lot of the kids in our township, and that's what we do. So thank you. That's all that I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Spiller?
Thank you, Council President Vaccaro. Item number 2 on my agenda, performing at APAC for you old school KTU 103.5 fans, former disc jockey and comedian Goomba Johnny will be bringing his comedy to the theater on Saturday, September 23rd at 8 p.m. Goomba Johnny has performed The Carolines, Mohegan Sun, Caesars, Borgata, to mention a few, and was the longtime morning show host for WKTU 103.5. For tickets, call theater at 732-314-0500 or visit them online at www.avenelarts.com. The rest of my agenda is in order. Council President, I just want to thank the Mayor, administration, traffic maintenance, and Director Hubner. Had some concerns from residents on East Woodbridge Avenue. Of course, with the speeding, it's a cut-through street. It was recently paved, so we had the stripers come out and put the slow 25 miles per hour on. As soon as you hit the road, it hits you right in eyesight. So several of the residents reached out. They were very pleased and very grateful. And just one thing, Director Hubner, over the weekend we had a rogue tractor-trailer driver going down Avenel Street, kind of got pinned and took down some fencing at LeGrand Park. In fairness, I see it a lot because I'm on Avenel Street, but if we could just have TEU and patrol take them to their monthly thing for tractor trailers. Thank you all emergency responders, fire, EMS, our Woodbridge Police Department, CERT, all our public works and township employees. God bless America. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Spiller. Councilwoman Meehan?
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I would just like to wish all the children and teachers and parents a wonderful school year. And just remember, there's a lot of little ones out there walking around. Just slow down, watch out for our little guys. And that's all I have this evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Patel?
Yeah, thank you, Council President. My agenda is also in order, but I have a few announcements. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, our township successfully completed a remarkable project in Islin, which is titled as Murals Rekindle Memories of Islin's Bygone Days. This project involved the creation of stunning murals on the abutment walls of the Amtrak Railroad Bridge located on Green Street near Route 27 in Islin. We would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our mayor, the administrative staff, and most notably, the 2 outstanding art teachers from Woodbridge High School, Miss Kimberly Zadijian and Miss Melissa Locasio. These 2 educators put in weeks of hard work to bring the essence of Islin's past back to the life through their incredible artistic talents. The murals themselves are displays of Islin during the 1960s and 70s, showcasing scenes from that era and paying homage to the iconic Islin fair of yesteryears. This project serves as a beautiful reminder of our town's rich history and heritage, and we are proud of this endeavor and grateful to everyone involved for the dedication and effort in preserving the memories of Iselin bygone days through this remarkable mural. This year also, 1947 Production and Entertainment will host the annual Lord Ganesha's Festival at Woodbridge Center Mall's parking lot from September 19th to September 25th. Admission and parking are both free, and you may anticipate potential traffic congestion on Woodbridge Center Drive and around the festival area. The DAV, actually, which stands for Disabled American Veterans, and in partnership with Woodbridge Township DAV Chapter 56, is extending an invitation to all veterans and their families to join for a free seminar on veterans benefits information, which is to be held on September 21st, 2023 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event will take place at the Woodbridge DAV Chapter 56 office, which is located at 393 Pearl Street in Woodbridge, New Jersey. The seminar will provide comprehensive counseling, go over the full spectrum of available benefits, will offer expert guidance on claim filings, and the staff will be available to address any questions or concerns you may have. This seminar is open to all veterans and their families and is completely free. For those seeking further information, please feel free to contact Mr. George Schnaff Jr., the commander of these American veterans at 609-396-2885. Also, the 5 branches senior center will have their luncheon on this Friday, September 8th from 12 noon till 3 p.m. And the Oak Tree Senior Center will have their luncheon on Friday, September 29th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. If you are planning to join this luncheon, you must RSVP at 732-259-2008 before September 27th. Also, today is the first day of school opening in our township. I thank all those dedicated school staff members and extend my best wishes and best of luck to all students and to their parents. That's all for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Patel. Councilwoman McCullough, last but not least.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I just have a few announcements. First, I'd like to talk about the farmers market. I'd like to take a moment to give a big thanks to all the dedicated vendors who spent their Saturdays with us each week at the farmers market this season. Your commitment to providing our community with fresh local produce and goods has been truly appreciated. I'd also like to extend a special recognition to Eileen Casciano, our Township Recreation Program Coordinator. Eileen's outstanding efforts in organizing and managing the farmers market throughout the entire season played a pivotal role in its success. We are confident that next year's farmers market at Parker Press will be even more successful and enjoyable to our community. The St. James Street Fair. The St. James Street Fair will be held on Saturday, September 16th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There will be crafters and vendors, a 50-50 ticket sales, food trucks, kids activities, and more. If you're interested in being a vendor, call 732-634-5000 extension 105 or log on to stjamessf@gmail.com for more details. Number 3, the Chamber of Commerce. September is a busy month for the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is holding a community expo on this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Woodbridge Center Mall. On September 22nd, the annual Mayor's Breakfast will be held from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Avenel Performing Arts Center. This year's topic is progress interacting with your state, local, and municipal government. This is always a nice event to attend. For information and tickets, please contact the Chamber at their website, which is woodbridgechamber.com. The last thing I'd like to say is I'd like to share, I received an email expressing gratitude for assistance providing help with the residents on Marina Way. However, it's important to clarify that the credit truly belongs to the administration and the police department, particularly the traffic unit, for their outstanding efforts in working with Marina Way residents to resolve their issues. In reality, it is I should be thanking them for their exceptional work and dedication. I appreciate your support in resolving this matter and making the Marina Way residents extremely happy. Thank you. That's all, thank you.
I know you were, Mr. Mitch.
My agenda's in order, thank you.
Thank you. Moving into the administration, Mr. Semaluka.
Thank you, Council President. Under the mayor, I have an appointment resolution, and under administration and finance, I have a 100% disabled veteran. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Director Hubner? Thank you. Director Darden?
Thank you, Council President. Just getting the bi-weekly refund. Thank you.
Wonderful. Director Drew? Thank you, Council President. My agenda's in order. Thank you very much. Our meeting routine, sir?
Nothing this evening, Council.
Very good. Thank you. Motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.